No.
I think.
I don't. Yeah,
No,
I don't think much is by chance, actually.
There's
You know,
nothing.
in some of your writing, you talked about that gentleman that collected herbs and animal pelts.
Oh, in Kutztown.
Yes. Do you remember him when he also had a stand at the folk festival?
Yeah. Oh, you remember Boomba?
Oh yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
That's great.
Oh yes, and I can tell you where his books and other things were. It was down at the gate, not the main gate, but the gate where the buses came in. You know, would come into
Right.
the fairground, and it was usually there to the north side of the.
Right.
As you came in,
yeah,
right
the
there.
walkway,
Oh,
yeah.
not at the, but the next step. Yes.
And it was like some old rough wood,
Yes.
like rough cut lumber.
He always had these things hanging on it, different.
herbs and stuff. Well, you remember where his bookstore was in Main Street? It was East Main,
It was East Main. Was it the?
right on the other side of the bridge.
Oh, in that apartment complex.
Those apartments are there, and there was a couple storefronts. He had one of those old storefronts. It used to be pretty run down back in the day in Kutztown
Well,
that
it's a
way.
little different now. You know how things go through cycles.
But it was like the wrong side of the tracks back in the day.
Well, it was on the. It was across the river.
Right, there you go.
Even though the Saukene isn't that big.
Right.
But was the Saukene also the stream that went down by your
Yes.
farm?
Yes. Yeah, it's the Lenai Lenape name for Little Bear. And, you know, there's this tradition of powwowing in Pennsylvania German magic, and there's speculation that the word powwowing comes from some sort of exchange made between, I guess, the Lenai Lenapes and the early settlers.
It sounds very Indian.
Yeah.
American
Yeah.
Indian.
Yeah.
But it's probably not the case. There might have been some exchange. I don't know how they ended up using powwow, but it's a popular word now. It's also brauchery is another term, and Germanic heathens referred to it as hexerai, and it's used in the healing arts. And in fact, I have a book that I've written called The Backdoor Hexologists, in which I contacted or interviewed or had conversations with many of the leading members of the Pennsylvania German magical community, which is quite large.
How many people?
Well,
including?
it's international. I mean, there's an international interest because what's happened is the Pennsylvania German magical tradition is the only continuous tradition that goes straight back to Europe uninterrupted. And that's like, you know, hitting the jackpot for a lot of magical people, because everyone's seeking the real thing, and Pennsylvania German magic is the real thing, and it's always been here, and the hex signs are proof of that. And this idea that they don't mean anything is ludicrous. In fact, in South Carolina, they paint hex signs also. They do it more in a magical tradition in which they would not put them on the side of a barn, but they would paint them inside, say, a closet.
I mean, you can close it.
You can
And keep
close
it-
yes.
it's very
You
private.
can close it and it's very private.
Very secret.
Secretive. Yeah.
And this works much better for intentions, which is what, what the goal is in doing a magical act is to have the intention come to fruition. And if it's a secret,